Greetings one more time. This is part 2 of what? Learn mathematics. So now, last time we discussed what? A straight line. So now we're going to discuss what? Parabola. So now, because we are dealing with what? With grade 11. Grade 10, they taught you that a parabola is a function that has a what? A turning point. It's a function that has a what? A turning point. So now, this is a basic what? A basic graph of a what? Of a parabola. So we can say y is equals to x squared. Why am I saying that? Because now my turning point is at what? Is at 0 is to 0. So today I'm going to teach you on how your graph what? Moves. Reflections. But I'll start by giving you what? Basic. So now, on grade 11 we're having what? 3 equation, which is y is equals to ax minus p squared plus q. And we also have y is equals to ax minus x1, x minus x2. Then we're also having y is equals to x squared plus bx plus c. So now, these equations, they enable you to do variety. For example, this one is for you to get what? A turning point. Because this P and this Q, they represent a turning point. Then that means P plus Q, they are what? Your turning point coordinates. So sometimes learners make a confusion in terms of what? Of taking this P with its original sign. Since it's inside the bracket, you have to say x is equals to what? I mean x minus p is equals to what? 0. Then you say x is equals to what? P. So that means this is your what? Is your x coordinate for your turning point. Then, now, this one, this equation, you use it when you are having what? 3 coordinates. Those 3 coordinates, you should have at least 2 x intercepts and have 1 y intercept. Then, this one is a standard. It's a standard equation of a parabola. So now, I know at home you are sitting and you're asking yourself, what is Q, what is P? So then now, let me start with what? With C. C is a constant. Then, P, I mean Q. Q is not only your what? Your y coordinate, but it's also your what? Your movement, your horizontal, your vertical movement. Your vertical movement of a what? Of a graph. So then, P is your what? It's your horizontal. Movement of a graph. So now, because we are having a turning point, so that means at some point your what? Your graph should pass at least certain points on what? On your Cartesian what? Plane. For now, since we are having a standard what? A standard equation, which is x squared plus bx plus c. So that means now, because we are having a 2 here, that means your graph should have at least 2 x intercepts and 1 y cut. And obvious your what? Your turning point. I like to say when I go home, most of the time, this is me. I'm moving, I want to go home. So as much as I want to go home, I have to pass some certain points. Let me say, I'm just making an example. Let me say my x-intercepts are my ex-girlfriends. Are my what? Ex-girlfriends. Then my y, let me say it's my old classmate. So now, because I said, since I'm having a quadratic formula, then I have to pass at least what? 2 x-intercepts. And I have to pass what? Y cut. So now, I'm moving, I'm from Val. I'm going to what? To Mpumalanga. Then, let's say my turning point is a taxi rank. Obvious, I have to go there. Liking it or not, I have to do what? Go there. So now, I'm moving. This is me. Along the way, I pass my first ex-girlfriend. So this is my first Y, x-intercept. Then, along the way, I also go. Then, I meet, oh, my classmate, oh, how are you? We catch up and all that. Then, now I'm at what? I'm at a taxi rank, which is my what? My turning point. Then, now, obvious, after taxi rank, I'll have to go back where? Home. I'm from Val, now I'm going to what? To Mpumalanga. Then now, I'm moving. Along the way, obvious, I have a history. Then I meet my what? My other ex-girlfriend. So now, you see that your graph, it has to pass at least what? 2 x-intercept and what? Y cut. Do you understand? Then obvious, we'll have a what? A turning point. So, another thing, I want to discuss the shape of your graph, which is your what? Your A. Your what? Your A. So now, your A, if your A is greater, then that means you are having a what? A smiley face. Because you are happy. You are not negative, you are always positive in life. So obviously if you are positive in life, that means you are what? You are happy. Then, I'm also having a what? A that is negative. This is me, I'm sad, I'm negative, I don't have dreams. So if your A is what? Is negative, then that means your graph will also be what? Sad. Will also be what? Sad. I also made an example one day that if you are working and your bank balance is positive, you just earned your salary, you'll be what? You'll be happy. But when you start to spend and now you see that your bank balance is decreasing, now it's starting to be -0. Then now, it's starting to be on your negative side. So now you start to be what? To be grumpy and sad. So you see now why I'm saying if your A is greater than 0, so that means you are having a happy graph. But when your A is less than 0, then you are having a sad what? Graph. Then, let's go to reflections. In terms of reflections, we are having Y and X. So now, if they say, draw a graph that reflects on what? Reflect about Y. So now, that means the only thing that changes is your what? It's your Y. So, having an equation Y is equals to AX squared plus BX plus C. So that means, because I'm reflecting on my what? On my Y. So that means my Y has to do what? Has to change. My Y has to do what? Has to change. So since it's positive, then I put a what? A negative. So if I put a negative, so that means I'm reflecting about what? Y axis. So because my equation should always be what? Positive. So that means my Y should be always be what? positive. Then I will divide with what? With this negative sign. Then I will have what? Y is equals to negative ax squared minus bx minus what? C. So now, my graph has reflected to what? About what? Y axis. So now, when I reflect about x. So that means my x should be the one that is doing what? Changing. So, excuse me, I will say f at minus x is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. So since my only thing that is changing is what? Is my x. Then I will have what? I will have a minus x squared plus b minus what? X plus c. So which is a x squared plus, sorry, it will be what? Minus b x plus what? Plus c. So this is your reflection about what? X axis. So when we are doing problem solving, we'll also discuss a range and a domain to make things to be simpler. Because if I explain them here, you'll get confused because I won't have any variables. For now, I would like to tell you that please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We want to help you know maths, love maths, as maths is nice and lovable. So if you want to contact us and you are having more inquiries, you can contact us using below contacts, which is, it will be our digital numbers and your email. I thank you.